And now we're going to the Death card. When you look at this card, it's obvious and clear that it is the Angel of Death. And in the movies, they love to use this card as the way to scare you that something horrible and death and destruction is coming your way when you pull the Death card. But in the Tarot, the Death card actually represents death of ego or death of old way of being. And so actually the Tower card is probably much more dangerous when it comes to death than the Death card. But the Angel of Death, in a way, is sort of the Angel of Mercy. So when you look at this card, you see the Angel of Death is actually cutting away the dead body to release the spirit. And when he does that, the spirit coils into a ball of light and rides up the wave that he's creating with his instrument and is allowing them to go to heaven. So the Angel of Death is actually of great compassion and kindness. But when you look at this card, it looks really scary because you know that change is imminent, and oftentimes ego deaths are much more painful and much more difficult than even a physical death. And the Sufis have a phrase that they say, die before you die. And this card indicates that you are going to be going through some type of death, whether it's a spiritual death, an emotional death, or some sort of crisis. Something is looming that is going to restructure how you see the world. When you look at this card, you also see that down below you have dying objects. You have a snake that's bloated and dead. You have a scorpion, which is your indicator that this card is associated with Scorpio, and Pluto, which is the god of the underworld. You also see flowers that are rotting and bloated fish. And so this is supposed to represent the fecundity of life and how things are actually breaking down. So this card is a dark card. It's again one of those places where the sword is going into the fire another time and you are going to be tested. Whenever you get this card, just kind of prepare for some sort of massive change of your perception or your belief systems or your identity.